Hello, this is Sandeep Patel. I'm the managing director of IBM India South Asia.
And hello, this is Mridu Bhandari. Welcome to our special one on one conversation series where I catch up with leaders from diverse fields to talk to them about business and life in the times of dealing with a global pandemic. Today, I'm going to be talking to Sandeep about the role that emerging technologies are playing in battling this pandemic worldwide and also in perhaps transforming the post COVID 19 world as we imagine it right now. Sandeep, thank you very much for joining us today. First up, it's been a few months since you took over the India and South Asia business of IBM, and you've spent a large part of this tenure, staying in a hotel room in a lockdown. So I'm sure it's not been easy. But on the business side, have revenues taken a hit at this point in time, or has it been a blessing in disguise for IBM, considering the unprecedented scale that remote working has taken in India in recent times, and also technology becoming more center stage than ever?
Well, look, we don't report our revenues for the country, but we certainly are continuing to sort of serve as an essential part of the economy, where technology, information technology, is designated as an essential service. And one of the things that we've been proud to do is continue to serve many of our essential industries within the country, be it banking, insurance, telecommunications, and others. And
Right.
it has been an interesting journey. I think this is something that everyone around the world is going through. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't say that at this point, first of all, our heart goes out to everyone who's dealing with the pandemic. I think people are dealing with it in different ways,
Right.
and it is a learning for everyone.
Right. Well, as this global pandemic disrupts business continuity for all kinds of enterprises, what is the role that emerging technologies like AI, like cloud, like edge can really play in helping businesses remain productive as well as resilient through this storm?
So look, I think before I talk about technologies, let me just put a little bit of what we are seeing as the disruption in context, and I think that will help, put the role of technology in probably a little bit better context. Digital is becoming the new normal, and in many respects, I think IBM and other technology companies are leading the way in helping our teams and our clients emerge as winners in their journey, right? So the pandemic has pushed all of us, not just IBM, but every individual, to adopt digital in a full-fledged manner with urgency. This is a
Right.
time that will be recorded in history as a turning point in human civilization. And there are three tectonic shifts I think that we are witnessing. The first
Hmm.
one is the acceleration of digital ecosystems everywhere. If you just look
Right.
at this interaction or how we are fundamentally staying connected, right? It's all digital, and this is where we have to strengthen our capabilities in digital. I think
Right.
any organization anywhere around the world. The second shift, which is an outcome of this digital shift, is the new business models and opportunities that are emerging to address the needs of this digital age. And this is where one must be agile, cost efficient, and it needs to be built on a foundation of trust, which is powered by technologies like cloud, like artificial intelligence, and I'll get into a few examples there. And the third shift, which is truly defining, is the emergence of the network economy. This pandemic has actually taught us new ways of how we conduct our business, how we work and interact with people and loved ones who are not with us, and how we
Right.
connect with the larger community and our business partners. So virtual networks are fast becoming, the enabler of work in these times, right?
Hmm.
And this is where I think technology becomes really, really important.
Right.
We are seeing, a variety of situations where the need for organizations to beef up their business continuity plans, to become a lot more agile in terms of how they connect with customers becomes really important. And this is where the move to the cloud enables companies to
Right.
become a lot more agile, a lot more cost effective, and do things in a way that prepares them for pandemics like this, and weathering the storm.
Right. So that is the business side of things. I also want to talk to you a little bit about how technology is really at the center of this battle against this global pandemic. I know that IBM has launched a slew of initiatives, a slew of collaborations with various governments around the world. Tell us about maybe two or three of these most impactful initiatives and what are the results you are seeing at this point in time?
Yeah, I mean, actually, this is something, myself and all the IBMers are really proud of, right? So good tech, in my mind, good tech is the DNA of IBM globally. And IBM India is leading this on many fronts. So one very specific example is the National Institute of Technology at Warangal from India is tapping into the high power computing capability that we have made available in conjunction with other partners to study the dependence of the structure and dynamics of the novel coronavirus on temperature and humidity in the atmosphere. And
Right.
this research is exploring the impact of these atmospheric conditions and trying to unravel if the virus is undergoing any biophysical changes with changes in the atmospheric conditions. This is a study which has a lot of promise, and it's expected to open a whole new dimension in the characterization of the SARS-CoV-2 virus and
Right.
future corona family class of viruses for prevention, categorization, and drug designing aspects. So this is one.
Interesting.
The second one, which I'm extremely proud of, is some work that we have done with the Indian Council of Medical Research, and this is in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the Government of India, and where we have implemented a Watson Assistant, which is a artificial intelligence based chatbot, which is built
Right.
by IBM, and it's
Hmm.
hosted on the ICMR portal to respond to specific queries of frontline staff and data entry operators from various testing facilities across the
Right.
country. Now, these
And
queries
how
could,
accurate has it been so far?
as a matter of fact, the initial cycles have demonstrated that it's posting about 90% accuracy, 90% accuracy
Great.
of the queries that are coming through, which again I think is a great testament. Now, the one thing that I will be remiss if I don't say this is this whole initiative was conceived, designed, and put together and launched in a record time of within a week or so. And this is
Wow.
something,
Wow, that's really,
and
really commendable. That is
yes.
really commendable. I also want to talk to you a little bit about, the global recession that industries across the world are facing. The IT sector, again, is no exception there. There are fears of large-scale job losses in the near future. What's your viewpoint? How much pain can the Indian IT sector really take in the, say, 6 to 9 month period?
So look, I mean, I think everyone is going through, significant levels of uncertainty that we are all working through. I
Yeah.
think one of the things that gives me confidence, I think, within the sector as a whole, is that I think we have always been first to innovate. And I think one of the things that we need to think about is how do we drive innovation and develop offerings, develop solutions that are relevant for these times. I think business as usual is not going to be, valid anymore. And we are going to
Right.
need to think about new ways of how do we support our clients, how do we work with clients, and how do we, develop solutions that are, again, faster, smarter. And this is where, again, the whole notion of cloud, artificial intelligence, these technologies, automation across many of the processes is going to become more and more relevant.
Sandeep Patel, thank you so much for joining us on this special conversation. Stay safe, stay indoors. I hope you're able to get out of that Mumbai hotel room soon enough and join your workforce. Thank you very much for joining us here today. It's a wrap on this special conversation. Until next time, goodbye.
Thank you.